Hi, I'm Antonis and I'm the iconographer in this video. I hope you are healthy and creative, and today I want to share with you some thoughts and tips on how to paint the lights on a face. Here I'm painting the holy face of Saint George, and as you see, I've already painted my base color, the proplasmos, this green brownish color, whereupon I have painted the facial features, the eyes, mouth, nose, etc., with a color that is slightly darker than my proplasmos. I see many iconographers struggle with this process. It's a process of that is, of course, very difficult and important in iconography, how we paint the face. And I would say that there are various ways to approach this. In the history of the Byzantine painting, we have different approaches in painting. Here I'm using, my reference is an icon from the Paleologian style of painting. It's not from the Cretan, let's say, style of painting, which is a style of painting that flourished many centuries after, some centuries after the Paleologian or the imperial style of painting. Here the style is much more painterly, much more free than the Cretan style. Of course, similar principles apply to both schools, but the way of painting is slightly different. So here I'm using this dark proplasmo, and a dark proplasmos is very important because it helps later on with the lights. It helps the painter use a variation of tones later on that will give a final sense of the icon that is very spiritual, very mystical, let's say, and it's very beautiful. You will see by the end of this video how the face of Saint George will look, and this is because of the dark proplasmo that I'm using here, as those masters of the Paleologian style were using in many icons. So as you see, I've already placed the shapes of light with at first, and it's very important to understand these shapes of light, to observe your reference photo, really observe and see how the old master that you are studying has placed these shapes of light, and then proceed with blending these first shapes towards the proplasmo. Now I'm using these in-between colors to blend the first light with the proplasmo, but it's also very important for you to understand the concept of using both thick color and very runny thin color in order to achieve these beautiful blendings. So here you see me using these very thin colors at this point in order to cover some brush strokes underneath, in order to further blend and create these beautiful transitions. Now at this point I'm proceeding by painting with in-between colors between the first light that I have painted and the proplasmos. I feel free to proceed back and forth between these two colors by using thicker and thinner colors, and at the same time I want to really give this face a sense of volume. I try to understand how far away I can paint something without disturbing the overall sense of volume that a face should have. And in order to do this, you know, many students really struggle because it's a matter of experience. it's very hard for a non-experienced iconographer to achieve this and to really understand this, but the meaning of these videos is for you to understand that perfection comes with practice, and that even though we have the information as I give it in my videos, it's a matter of you being in the studio and you practicing in your studio in a way that will allow you to really familiarize yourselves with the materials, the behavior of the medium, the egg tempera, how it behaves. So don't worry if you don't achieve such a result at the beginning. I was struggling for years, and I still struggle, and I still am in the spirit of learning, and this is the important. Now, another thing that I have to say, especially when we talk about this style of painting, which is a more painterly style than let's say the Cretan style of painting, which is more precise. It has very specific steps. Here, this style allows to go back and forth with a more free hand, let's say, brush stroke. And in order to achieve this, as I said, we have to have some years of experience. The old masters were reaching this maturity in their level of painting the older they became. And it's very, very important also to have a visual, a mental library of icons in you, and this will help you know where you have to go with your painting. As I am painting this face here, okay, I have my reference photo that I observe very closely, but also since in my mind, I've seen many icons from museums and churches. I know where I want this face to, how I want this face to look like, and I have the tools, I have the experience to achieve this result by mixing the colors accordingly and by using my brush accordingly. So it's very important to know how your icon, how you want the icon to look like by its completion. It's very important. If you know that, then you will find the means on your palette and by the use of your brushes to achieve this. This is something that cannot be taught by a teacher. I am glad to at least give you this direction as a student iconographer for you to follow. And this is something that we rarely listen at schools of iconography. So really, if you have access to some museum that's close to you where you can see icons, definitely go and visit them, or you can arrange, some holidays into monasteries or an area like wherever you can find some icons to see and observe. Hi, I'm Antonis, and I'm proud to present you my online course in iconography, Paint an Icon with Me. This course will help you become a better iconographer, and it will help you be more confident when talking and presenting your artwork. It will make you understand in depth the studio practices of a professional iconographer like me, and you will get accustomed to what great iconography looks like. So learn in a simple and organized way everything you need about the materials, mediums and techniques in order to make a beautiful icon. Paint with me the icon of Christ and learn how to paint better any icon you wish. I will see you at the studio. Of course, a very good practice is if you plan to visit a museum where there is a specific icon that you would like to observe. It's nice if you paint a study before visiting the museum or the church or the monastery that has this icon, and paint this icon prior to your visit. Bring the icon with you and do actual observations and comparisons with this icon and your own study directly by seeing the icon in person. So here, as you see, I'm at the point here of placing the highlights, and see already how this darker proplasmos that I have painted really allows me to paint this first light in such a beautiful, rich tonal way. See how even before how these lights on the face go from dark greenish orangey colors, and abruptly they escalate to flashes of titanium white, of psimitheas, these highlights. These create a sense of a mystic, of an otherworldly light on the icon that is so common in the old icons, and this way of painting really invites the viewer to pray, to dive, let's say, or to ascend to the spiritual world and to pray. It's very, very important, and I prefer so much more the icons with darker, or let's say medium tone of proplasmo than icons that have been painted with a brighter proplasmo, whereupon the lights don't have the range to develop themselves and to show these beautiful transitions from, as you see here, from darker olive greens to orange to ochre, yellowish, etc. I hope this makes some sense. And see also how nicely this darker proplasmos is working with a bright saturated mouth, how the mouth directly seems to give life to the face and add to the spiritual, let's say, character of the icon. The mouth is a very important feature. We tend to paint it in a way that is often drawingly wrong. We don't pay attention to the drawing of the mouth, and we also don't pay attention to the right color of the mouth, where the upper lip is slightly more yellowish, red yellowish, than the lower lip, which is slightly more pinkish. And see how when we add these discrete, powerful highlights in the area of the eyes, directly we have this gaze that can be penetrating and powerful. You can find the full tutorial of how to paint this on my Patreon account, and I really want to thank all of you for your presence, your comments here. You can find, of course, my full course in English or Greek on my Teachable page. It's a course that consists from 25 hours of video, where I teach everything I know about iconography. Anyway, I hope this video will inspire you to get into your studio and paint in the spirit of a student, and see here how nicely this dark proplasmos works with the lights, and how beautiful this icon is directly into the spirit of the Byzantine tradition. So thank you all for your presence, your comments, for everything. I will see you soon with another video, and until then I hope you are healthy and creative. Bye.